Alright, should be streaming.
Okay. Doing on the tube of you.
Outside.
Really?
Clear outside.
Get hit leaving the pits. That's fun.
Oh, hurry, my computer's doing that thing where it's routing the sound only through my headphones again.
Routing?
I'm gonna plug in the TV and plug it back in and see if that fixes it. No!
All this stuff, online.
Yeah, I think you have the Fairground Speedway setup loaded in there, bud.
That's the baseline.
Oh. Come put a tall gear stack in it, I don't know.
Oh, well, we're gonna get a ton of practice for this. Yeah, I gotta decide what I'm putting on my Porsche, too. I haven't figured that out yet. But I did paint my...
A paint scheme, most likely.
Yeah, I did paint my V.
You Valvoline?
No.
Oh. That'd have been great for the memes.
No. The memes is the guy that painted it as a pencil.
That's also a good one.
In theory, this setup should at least have a gear stack that's close, but I bet it doesn't.
What setup did you load?
New Hampshire.
Yeah, it ought to be close.
What the hell was that?
The hell was what?
I felt like I drove onto ice in the middle of the backstretch.
Oh.
Yeah, oh, goddamn. That absolutely just suddenly takes off at 7,500 RPM.
I guess you're not using that setup then. Funny that they released this track pretty much unannounced to the surprise of absolutely nobody.
I was a little surprised that we actually got it. I wasn't expecting it at all. I figured there was probably going to be some surprise oval, but I was expecting it to be a dirt one.
Why is it such a shock that we got the super speedway?
Because there hadn't been any leaks that they were actually working on it. Usually they leak like a sieve.
Well, they also did Chicago.
Oh man, they're showing us a black flag. You didn't exit the pit safely. They're gonna hold us in the pits for 30
We
seconds.
knew about that though because they announced that they had made it.
Right, but they never said that they were gonna release it.
What the hell is happening here?
If you don't come in for the black flag, they're gonna disqualify you.
Driving.
It's just spinning itself
Driving.
out down the straightaway.
Oh.
Like, it just all of a sudden spins the rears up, and that is a problem.
Perhaps you need more downforce?
Well, there's nothing I can do about that.
OAR, MOAR.
Hold the brakes next time, dude.
Ooh, I probably won't be on here for too much longer. I gotta go back upstairs where there's an AC unit.
Let's see, the 87s drive better now.
I heard they worked
know
on the engine torque under braking as well as the tire model, correct?
Well, the biggest thing is they no longer feel like they are floating. They really were stupid floaty before and felt like they had no weight to them.
Yes.
Now
Which
they
is
actually
especially
feel
a
heavy.
problem at the super speedway.
Yeah, I drove them at Pocono, and they actually felt like they would drive.
It was
Yeah, it
giving
just
you
starts-
actual feedback.
Just starts spinning the wheels up in the middle of this. Like at 7,000 RPM, the wheels start spinning. That's fucking bizarre as shit.
Inside.
I think it's
I got
happening to the
nothing
guy
for it.
behind me too. 'Cause I just
Clear
saw
inside.
him dart down the track. It's fine in the corner. I almost wonder if the car is bouncing, but it doesn't feel like it.
33.7. You got a slow car down low.
Oh! I bet it'll make the race interesting. I'll say that much.
What race? If we can't go down a straightaway without spinning the wheels up. Oh, it's time for the race. I thought we were going to get a qualifying session.
Practice was your qualifying session.
The only thing I found that helped was I keep lengthening the gear, but I don't think that's the correct solution.
How much stagger did you have in the right rear? Did you
I
look?
took all the stagger out.
That might have something to do with it.
Well, it got a little better when I took some of the stagger out too, but it's very bizarre that it starts spinning in the middle of a straightaway like that. I would get if it, on throttle off the corner it wanted to do that. I go, oh, it's the stagger, but in the middle of the straightaway?
I don't know, man.
I'm getting the hunch that what's happening is that as the RPMs are getting higher, it's starting to bounce and then spin the rear wheels up. This is the only thing I can think of.
I got no idea for you, Chief.
And if that's the case, lengthening the gear, I guess, could be helping that, but I don't know what else you can really do about it. That's a nice looking car. Can we not start and stop, guys?
Hey, that looks
We're
like
going
a
green next time by. Stay on the outside line. Pit road is closed. Catch up to the 98 cars.
Yeah,
up to
couldn't they
mine
go?
doesn't.
What the?
Remember, guys, there's a heck of a rooster tail
I
when
don't
you're
know
going
what
on
the
the
hell they
straightaway.
want to do.
Be aware of that.
I'm just gonna have to go out on a limb here and ask what the hell you're talking about.
I was intentionally wrecked out of the last one. All I asked is everyone has courtesy.
I can't believe it won't put place that on there.
Get ready now. Going green. The pace car's in. Green flag, green flag. Inside. Stay high. Clear inside, inside. Stay high. Stay high. Clear inside. Outside. Clear outside.
I feel like we're just doing 10 miles an hour because there's no grip in the track or something. Yeah, I'm not the only one suffering from this.
38.137.
I think it's the track.
Now in third. Good job.
I haven't driven this with anything else to know if, the track just has no grip down the straightaway. Yeah, look at the leader start fishtailing in the exact same spot.
Yeah, it's definitely a bizarre problem.
It's It's either something track-related or this track and car combo has a problem. Maybe if they gave us an actual setup,
no,
we wouldn't deal with
because
this.
you can run these cars at Michigan just fine.
33.317. Clear
Yeah, but
inside.
Michigan's not
Next car
concrete.
leader.
How do they do
that?
at Dover?
Pretty well.
Huh.
Oh, there goes the leader.
The leader's pitting now.
Yeah, it's the same spot on the straightaway every lap now that I'm noticing it. It's like
The
there's a
leader's
bump or
pitting now.
something that's just pitching the car around, or there's a seam where all of a sudden there's no grip.
Outside. 33.57. Clear outside.
Jeez.
Inside.
I'm curious if it's maybe that the tires are cold too.
Stay
It
high.
feels like I'm going a little further down the straightaway each time before it happens.
Stay high.
Don't know.
Stay high. 33.524. Clear inside.
I will say, the new version of this car, the visibility is a lot better. It's still not great, but it is much better.
I honestly haven't ran this car since the new model came out. I haven't even painted a new car, so that's all.
Oh, I need to send you what I painted for you.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll have to dig it up here in however many more laps of this actually run before I kill myself.
33.071.
that many? No.
I made it there, but it cut. I tell you what, this new Convoys thing for Truck Sim is fucking great.
You know, one of these nights I'm gonna have to get on there and do that.
Well, it's now I think the public beta is out there, but I haven't looked to see if I need to actually swap it or if it automatically put us in the same beta. But yeah, it's out for both games now.
Cool.
32.893.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be happening down the backstretch for me anymore, but it's still happening into one.
Well, eventually it's gonna try doing that right when you go to turn in. It's just gonna make
That's
the
what
turn
it's
in
doing
easier.
in turn one.
Yeah.
It's right about the place where I would start turning in with the rear end brake slips.
32.841.
I think it's the issue of the tires. I think the tires are cold. And as the heat's building, they're getting better. Or the
You mean to
track's
tell me an
rubbering.
iRacing tire model is fucked?
That actually doesn't sound all that fucked. I mean, it's still better than what 2003 will do, where the first lap you're on fucking rocks.
Yeah, that's true.
No, nothing's as frustrating as the tire model in R Factor 2.
Yeah, I've heard the exact opposite.
Oh, that tire model frustrates the shit out of me.
33.027.
A tire that should not flat spot before you lock the brakes will flat spot without you locking them. And if you get spun, the car's broken. You cannot drive a spun car in R Factor 2. It's just game over. Even if you don't lock the brakes, they're completely flat spotted and undrivable. And it will shake your wheel off the desk. It's like driving down a dirt road in ATS.
The last time you played R Factor 2?
6 to 8 months ago.
Huh.
There also just isn't,
32.96.
there isn't as much content for R Factor 2 as there was for the first one, which is a shame.
Yeah, Assetto Corsa kind of took that mantle.
Well, I even run into with AC, there's just not a lot of the kind of content I'm looking for.
Classic Formula 1 and GT.
Yeah, there's just not as much of it
That's
there.
like most of it.
There's a lot of it, but it's never what I'm really looking for. It's weird. It's a lot of people making the same two things over and over again. There's still not the depth that there was with R Factor. Or GPL.
32.991. 20
But a
laps
lot
to
of people
go.
convert GPL and R Factor stuff to AC, so
Yeah, they do it, and then it doesn't really look good or work well. It's weird when you kind of... I've actually downloaded some conversions that I'm like, oh, I recognize what this is converted from. It looked better where it came from. How did you do that? Yeah, it's something with the tires and the track. It's getting better down the straightaway and worse for the corner. Chase Elliott's in the fence. Oh, you should have been here the other night. We were running
3.84. Okay, you're in
the
second.
old IndyCar at Chicago.
Oh.
There were only 4 of us, but it was a blast. Zach's like, oh, this is fun. Zach's like, there's no aero push. I'm like, yeah, it's great. This is why if we ever do a league, this is the car I want to run.
I've told Zach the same thing.
If only they'd put that car on the new damage model.
I know.
It has the pit crews at least. Oh boy,
You got a slow car.
Oh, there's like
down
4
low.
of us running in this race at this point. Yeah, it's not trying to kill me down the backstretch. I don't think it's not trying to kill me to one anymore.
7.
I don't know if the track had no rubber or if the tires had no heat or what.
Or both.
It could be a combination of both. It could be an issue that something like the track may be starting off with a weird state.
Because it looks like it's handling very well now.
I wouldn't say it's handling well, but it isn't trying to kill me in weird places. It's really loose in 4 and really tight just about everywhere else. For an Iowa setup with a gear change, I'm happy with it.
33.264.
Now that first lap, I thought I was going to run over everybody in front of me from the corner because they just fucking stopped. I still don't trust it here towards the end of the straightaway, but it hasn't tried to kill me yet. I really do not think this cup race here is going to be any good, but who knows? Maybe this will be a place where the package works. Except
right.
I don't know which package they're running here.
750 horsepower.
Oh really? I thought they were running high downforce.
33.1.
Now, if I remember correctly, it is the 750.
I don't know if that'll work here. We'll have to see.
Now, did iRacing make available the use of the infield road course here? Or
The infield road course here isn't, I think, available in real life.
Well, that's a shame.
I didn't look, but I don't think the infield road course is actually usable anymore.
Last I looked on Google Maps, it was.
Last I'd seen it been partially torn up for
182.
Nissan. Because Nissan was using the track for storage of unsold cars at one point.
Right.
At least that's what I read. That may not have been accurate.
Oh no, they were.
I really hate that this is called Nashville Super Speedway, but I guess...
It's not a super speedway.
Well, it's also not Nashville.
Yes.
But I mean, Charlotte's in Concord. Atlanta's in what? What city is Atlanta?
Hampton.
Hampton.
In Michigan, it's not even in Michigan.
Talladega's in Anniston. Daytona is actually in Daytona Beach. Homestead,
Because
Miami.
they built the track before they built the city.
Homestead, Miami, I think is actually in Homestead.
Yes.
Other tracks named for cities. Sonoma is in Sonoma County.
And I'm looking at
Indianapolis
Google
Motor
Maps.
Speedway is not in Indianapolis.
Yes.
Speedway. But it was in
And I'm
Indianapolis
looking
when
at
they
the
built it.
course, Google Maps, it is definitely still available.
No, I thought they had built a parking lot over a chunk of it.
Nope.
I don't know if the combined layout is available at all. It may just be the infield now. I'm not really sure. I don't know if anything uses it, to be honest with you.
The combined layout.
Yes. They had a Roval. I don't know if they still do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the Roval, yeah.
I
That's what I'm
don't.
talking about.
Yeah, I
That
don't think the
is
Roval's
still
usable anymore.
It looks perfectly usable to me.
33.253.
Well, I
Every
don't.
bit of it is still there.
Here's what I'll say. Driving the track right now, I do not see any of the turn-in points that I thought that this Roval had. Except that one there.
The first turn-in is on what would be the pit exit / apron in turn 2. You're not going to see it from the racing surface to begin with.
I thought they had an entrance like, Kansas.
No, you enter...
33.6.
Turn 1 is off of what would be the pit apron.
Well, here in like 8 laps, or if the guy behind me crashes out and I have nothing further to gain, I'll go into free cam and take a look. I wonder where Dale and Steve are. I found them at Chicago.
And then the entry for the chicane the second part of the road course is like just before where the pit access lane starts at 3.
You know, if this track wasn't concrete, it would be a lot better.
33.339.
Might be right.
I hate to side with Dale Jr. It also needs a Ferris wheel.
And to be a half a mile.
Well, I mean, so I hate the cookie cutter tracks, but this is trying something different with that formula. It's like, you know, adding cinnamon sugar to a sugar cookie and making a snickerdoodle.
Right.
It's like we're trying something different. Now, you could also try adding, you know, orange extract to your sugar cookies and make garbage. So, there's risk there. But, like, at least this wasn't another mile and a half track.
33.156.
And also, I will just
They
say,
could have made it a mile and a half, but they decided on purpose to not to.
this is a concrete track. This is smoother than Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Now, it's a little bumpy, but it's somehow smoother than old Kentucky. I don't know how that works. Yeah, this is not on the IndyCar schedule for this season, which is kind of a bummer. But
That is a bummer.
They rationalized it. If they'd known it was coming out, it probably would have been. And there was some talk on the forum apparently like subbing it in for the week of the National Street Circuit, but went, it's not the same track, it's not worth dropping a road course we already had scheduled for it. It's like, okay, that's fair.
I disagree with that. I think
I
it's fair.
personally would have done it, but
Yeah. Because at least it's the same city.
yeah, I think I would have done that and like swapped out one of the ovals for the Chicago Street Circuit. Or swapped out Hockenheim for Chicago Street Circuit and swapped out one of the other ones for the Red Bull Ring.
33.195.
I don't know how the new version of this car actually drives on big tracks, because I know people used to do that with the old car. They would do, you know, Michigan and a mile and a half and stuff, and it always seemed like fun. I think we ran it once, and it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
we've done Charlotte before.
I don't think this car, the longest gear on this car, I don't think works at Michigan. I think it's still too short. Unless they patched it. But I remember when they launched this car, I went out at Michigan and could not get a gear long enough not to be tacking out down the straightaways.
That's unfortunate.
33.184.
Oh, I ran a fun one last. Was that last night? I think it was the night before. Now I think about it. Last night we watched Extravaganza in truck when I got home from work. Night before, hosted session at Bristol with the Radical, the Legacy Pro Mazda, and the Porsche 911 RSR.
Oh God.
It was one of those mayhem races where wrecking is allowed. There were 15 cars. What car do you think I picked?
33.131. Just 5 more to go.
Porsche RSR.
Yeah, guess what everybody else picked?
Back race.
The Radical. There were no
Jesus.
Pro Mazdas. I almost won that thing. Because here was the thing. They had a little bit more speed, but I had the mass, as Carter says. You get that reference, right?
Sure.
You've played Halo Reach, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't say anything more, because that would be a spoilerino.
I say, remember, I've only played like 4 of the mainline games, so I don't know anything about 5.
In the timeline, Reach takes place before Combat Evolved.
Okay.
Reach is a prequel, so... In fact, I think the planet Reach gets, I think, referenced a couple of points before Reach ever came out, which is funny.
Yes.
So you know what happened to Reach.
Vaguely.
It got glassed.
Oh.
It wasn't pretty.
Shit.
It's a really depressing game. The soundtrack I was listening to one day at work just had some music on. I'm like, I gotta listen to something
I'm
else.
sad now.
Yeah, I'm just getting depressed. But yeah, Reach is a fun game. The campaign's a lot of fun.
By the way, I showed a friend of mine that This Will Be the Day song by Jeff Williams you sent me months ago.
Oh yeah, the title song for the first season of Ruby.
Yeah. And she was like, oh my god, I love this.
Yeah, great song.
She's a big anime fan. I'm like, yeah, I'm like,
so,
you know, and you know me, I'm not too terribly an anime, but this whole song, like, I can fuck with
I'm
this
just
sound.
I'm gonna give you the name of the song that I've been listening to and tell you probably won't like the Nightcore version, but the original you might like go, oh that's good, but maybe not your taste. A song by Ava, I think her name's Ava Max, called Sweet But a Psycho.
Oh, I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah, I've got a Nightcore version of that I really love. I will say, There might be something slightly
Black
problematic
flag.
in
One more
2021
lap to
about the
go.
lyric, grab a cop's gun kinda psycho.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, don't go grabbing cops' guns. That's a good way to end up, what's the word I'm looking for? Dead!
33.224.
But if you're a white girl, you might get away with it.
Please no dead or Reno.
Oh lord, I was in the SRD chat during the Sonoma race talking about how, was it, which driver was it? Was it Bowman or Byron that was on full Punterino?
I believe it was Bowman.
I think so too. I subbed Bowman out for Kurt for that race, and I think that was a good call.
Yeah. I have no idea how I did this last weekend. I know I've been doing better ever since I did
think
some
you had the best
substitutions.
score, and you're no longer... I think you're now within 100 points of me.
Okay.
But Zach and I are like
Alright,
fighting
there's the
for
checkered
5th
flag.
right now.
Good win.
Well, 4th.
Ever
I
since
guess.
I put
buddy.
Hocevar in for trucks,
Thanks,
that
man.
has
Good
helped
one,
me a
Well,
fuckload.
you know what helped you a lot more?
Getting rid of Schumacher.
Hey, this
Yeah.
thing still don't drive too
Yeah.
bad after you slamming into the wall twice.
Once we got about
As much as
8,
that
10
hurts.
laps in, it stopped trying to
I
kill
mean,
me.
he's doing great
down
with the
straightaway.
equipment he's got, but that's just not saying a lot.
All right, let's take a look around the
I
track.
got to look at the tires now.
Oh no, it is there. I for some reason thought though that maybe they were just parking cars on top of it. I thought they had torn up part of this here to put a parking
Like
lot
I said,
in.
the real question is it usable in iRacing?
Based on what we're looking at here, I'm gonna say no. They probably didn't scan it even.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, that does not look scanned at all. That's just a texture.
Now, could
That's
they go?
Crap,
unfortunate.
everyone left.
Could they go back and do it? Yeah, probably.
Will they? Probably not.
Yeah, they might if there's some demand for it or something actually decides they're gonna run it.
It's not a bad road course.
I think Gateway still has a better oval, but I think Gateway's
Yes.
one of the better road course oval combinations. Certainly better than Iowa and Kansas. Let's see, where do you
Yes.
think Junior and Steve are?
Try the media center?
You did see where they were at Chicago, right?
No.
They're on top of the Willis Tower.
I kind of figured that'd be it.
Hang on, I need to change the near plane bias, whatever the fuck it's called. Oh, that is exactly what it's called. I have another hunch, but I'll look down here around Victory Lane first.
Like I said, the media center might be your best bet.
They are not in Victory Lane,
Yeah, that's too obvious.
and they are not in this garage. Jesus Christ, this is the exact same garage. That's probably not supposed to be there. The exact same
What?
garage design that Gateway has.
Well, I haven't gotten to where I can see that.
Oh, look, it's Kevin's favorite truck that we all think is ugly.
International?
Yeah, all the trucks in the infield are internationals. Well, they're fake internationals anyway. I'm not actually finding the media center.
It's behind Victory Lane, you dummy.
Oh, well then I already looked at it. And didn't find Steve and Dale in there yet. Let's spin around a little more.
Oh, there we go. That's why I'm so far behind you. I'm not truly live.
Yeah, no, there's a giant hump in the garage for some reason.
I saw that.
I have a hunch that's not supposed to be there.
I also have a hunch they don't really care that much.
That might be one that if gets spotted by somebody who actually says something about it, like, I'm not sure I'm going to bother posting anything about that in the forum. Be like, hey, is that supposed to be there? Although I might. It's like, hey, this looks like a mesh error. What? Why did they model any of this? They could have stopped at this tree line. Why is this modeled?
Just because. Maybe.
Frankly, this road looks like it's more fun to drive than parts of the track, but you know.
Ayo.
Well, like at Chicago,
I
they,
feel like you could see the area where they were going to build a dirt track over there.
at Chicago, they modeled a PF Chang's, not PF Chang's, Panda Express that's on the far side of a building that you would never be able to see.
Gotta appreciate iRacing's attention to detail.
Is this the Nissan plant? I don't
No.
think it is. Whose plant is this out here in Lebanon?
I'm not sure, but it's like one of the newer ones because that was where they were going to build a drag strip at some point. That obviously never got done.
I've not found Steve and Dale, but you know where I haven't looked?
Camper lot?
I didn't check the tunnel yet.
Oh.
They are not in the tunnel. I don't know
By
where they
the
would be.
concourse under the grandstand.
That's a good place to look. I hadn't gone under the grandstand. I don't know, but be careful. If you're looking under grandstands at my tracks, who knows what you'll find.
Find a picture of Kevin holding a beer.
That's not what you'll find in Portland.
What will you find there?
You don't remember what I hit under the grandstands in Portland?
I don't.
Oh, that's a shame.
Been a hot minute.
I'm trying to remember when Zach noticed it. I think it was like on racing. I was like, what the hell is that?
Well, Tim, what the hell is it?
It was a character from Star Fox.
Oh.
I think it was Crystal holding a Gatling gun. They are not in the concourse.
Huh.
Let's see. There's no people in the press box. It's not that I've seen. Oh, hang on. What was that? Oh, that's just a mount for a TV. Okay.
Oh, we're in the booth.
They are not on the spotter stand? This is when I find out they're not really here. But I think like the goalposts in NASCAR Thunder, they have to be here or the track won't load, right?
Chase for the Cup and Thunder, yes.
Let's see, they're not in the Turn 1 restroom.
Which explains why there was only one goalpost at Dodge Raceway Stadium.
Actually, I always thought it was weird that there was only one, because it sounded like, from what I heard, that they needed two in the track for the tracks to load. So
No, they needed one.
Just one. Two
Yeah.
broke it.
No, not having any broke it.
Well, I found Dale Earnhardt Drive and the old track logo.
Noise.
It's weird, though, that they couldn't just make a second object that looked like a goalpost and put it there, and that would probably have worked, but I guess maybe that wasn't worth the effort. Or it didn't.
They probably just didn't care that much. I mean...
Probably. They probably left the one in there because it's like, well,
Stadium, it makes sense that... It now makes sense that there was only one, because there always was just the one there. And as a kid, I was like, why isn't there another goalpost? What the hell? And then once I read
anywhere I haven't looked? Like there may be someplace
like I said,
stupid.
The camper lot on the backstretch, maybe the people standing along the catch fence.
Yeah, well, the people standing along the catch fence are all 3D people, which tells me they're crowd and not because Dale and Steve are a 2D pop-up like the old crowds were.
Well, you could cheat and turn off some objects.
Yeah, but I don't think they're at one of those always-on objects anyway, and that some of those changes require you to restart the sim. So. He's not in the care center. Yeah, I don't know. Unless they're back on the backstretch, which might be a place they would have put him. It surprises me, and maybe this is, if the track continues to get used, something they'll do, that they don't have tiered camper parking back here, kind of like they do at Kentucky.
And Iowa.
Is Iowa in tiers, or is it just elevated?
I believe it's both.
No, I thought it was just elevated.
Yeah. They do it at Atlanta now, too.
Well, yeah, it's because a tornado wiped out their fucking grandstands there.
Yeah.
It makes running at Atlanta in iRacing look weird to me.
Yeah, because you used to NR03, there's grandstands almost the whole way the fuck around, and in iRacing it was just the one.
Running the new Michigan is weird, so...
Yeah. Going to current Michigan is weird.
I'm about to give up.
Yeah, I'm out of ideas here.
Yeah, I don't know where else they might be hiding. There's not a second tunnel.
It might be on that roadway out yonder.
Now, let's see, how far out can we see? Not tremendously far. I know for the fairgrounds, you can see all of downtown, which is weird, and might be objects that'll get reused at a later date. Yeah, they're probably hidden out there in a field somewhere then. And I'm not going to scour the fields. Alright, let's get you that image you needed.